for years. I mean, years ago, when I first woke up, I had tremendous. When I got stabbed in the heart in a lucid dream, and I died. But the pain was real.
Yeah.
And the pain was there for a couple of years.
Really?
Oh yeah, I couldn't. Sometimes I would wake up in the middle of the night. I couldn't breathe.
Seriously?
If I tried to breathe in, there would be sharp stabbing pain, and so I would like that. And a few times, my family would call the ambulance to come see me, but they could never find anything wrong.
Yeah.
So I went to an energetic balancer, and he did something to the base of my spine and freed up the energy. And the energy shot through my body and it was cleared my heart chakra.
Wow.
So I could finally take a deep breath like that.
Yeah.
And then he gave me some exercises too, but it was all in the body. So when all this energy was trying to move through me, I was inhibiting it unconsciously.
Yeah, you better. Cause you want this, I want this. Everybody in this, what should have it? Stop illusions, it's in your hands. Show yourself, reveal it to them. Yeah, you better. Take the time to recognize it. And believe me, even if you tried it. You're the artist, and the mess, and happily be found the new in your hands.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Unlimited with Elisabeth Carson. Today I am so excited to be in the presence with Reverend Michael Beckwith in your space. It is so zen and calm in here. As soon as I walked in, the energy felt different. Did you do something in here?
Well, we're always doing something in here. We shoot the podcasts. We have little private meetings where we fill the place up with prayer and intention. So it's
I can feel
sweet.
that.
It's a sweet space.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for allowing me to interview you here in your space. I'm excited to be here in Cali. And
Absolutely. Well, we were together there in Bali.
Yes.
And the intention was established, and now it is fulfilled.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, let's dive right in. You know, the last time that I interviewed you, Rev, it was so funny because I just went right in. You were like, oh, I'm doing the same thing. Same thing. So you often talk about living as your highest self. How do you define that beyond words, and what does it actually feel like in daily life?
When we talk about the higher self, sometimes I call it the super soul self. It's who we really are. It doesn't have any debris. You know, individuals live with a certain level of debris over their mind, and then that debris they start to define that debris as who they are, you know, rather than just something passing through. So living life as your higher self means you have done some level of spiritual work, have some level of spiritual awakening or insight, so that you're touching who you are that's untouched by the world. That's not an easy thing.
Yeah.
Because we've all been imprinted by parents, we've been imprinted by whatever experiences we had in life, and then that becomes the imprint, becomes the filter. So when we do spiritual practice, we temporarily break free from the imprint, and we're able to see ourselves as we are seen by the universe. Now the idea is through spiritual practice, we start to stabilize those insights, insights, so that we're living from our real nature and our real being. And that's where joy is. That's where happiness is. That's where love is. That's where all the good stuff is.
Yes.
It's already in us. It is us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Awesome. What do you suggest for people to do to really live through that? What practices?
Now, I'll tell you something. A number of years ago, I had a spiritual awakening, but obviously the personality self was still imprinted. I'm not telling everybody to do this, but I turned my garage into a soundproof room. I barricaded myself in there a few hours every single day, and I would do certain spiritual practices that would not only amplify the insight, but stabilize it. So I did mirror work. You know, I did writing down affirmations, then writing down what the ego would say about the affirmations, and then do more affirmations around what the ego was saying. I would sit people in a chair, imagine with my imagination, and if certain people brought up for me a sense of insecurity, or I would pretend they were there, and I'd work on myself until me sitting in front of them, I had tremendous confidence. I did all manner of exercises. So what I'm saying is, individuals must have some level of spiritual practice. I went in hard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no one's born with a spiritual silver spoon in their mouth.
Yeah.
They come with stuff they have to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you ask, what was the actual question you asked?
Your practices, like what type of practices?
Okay. So those were like my beginning practices.
Mm-hmm.
And I see a lot of those practices are now within the milieu of spirit, the spiritual realm. This was over 40 years ago. So today, my primary practice is meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Meditation. When I wake up in the morning, I wake up with a sense of gratitude and a sense of, establishing myself in my intention, asking some very powerful questions.
Mm-hmm.
Why is this going to be the greatest day of my life?
Mm-hmm.
Why is everything always unfolding perfectly for me?
Mm-hmm.
Ask certain questions. How can I give more today?
Yeah.
The universe will answer every question you ask.
Yes.
And when I go to bed at night, I become still. I look at my breath coming out of my nostrils, become very still. And then I choose a quality or something that I want to unfold in my life. I choose it, but I feel that it's already happening. Then I go to sleep in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in practice a lot.
Yeah.
It's just like second nature.
Yeah.
I
think it's important.
Yeah.
I think it's important for us to do that. So many people are sped up. And
Yeah.
I think that kind of is the reason why so many people are so stressed. They don't give themselves the space and time to connect.
Right.
Which is the most important thing, I think, for all of us to do.
Well, a lot of people are chasing their dreams.
Yeah.
And what happens when you chase something, you repel it.
Yep. Yeah.
So you have to actually start and practice with the feeling that you already have it.
Yeah.
And then your action in the world is emanating from having rather than chasing. Because what happens is if you chase it and catch it, you'll lose it eventually because you're not vibrating with it.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So if you try to get it and you say you do catch it, if you're not vibrating with it, you find it won't last. You see? Yeah.
Yeah. I just actually went through that. Oh my gosh, my whole life has been hustle, hustle, hustle. Get. It's never been the allowance until recently. I've never slowed down enough to allow and feel and attract.
Right.
So, what I noticed when I got there, when I was hustling, I was able to get a lot.
Right.
But I was so unhappy and burnt out by the time I got there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Happy, burnt out, and then it didn't give you the joy you thought it was going to give you.
No.
Because we project joy onto things, but the joy is coming from here.
Yeah.
There's an old scripture, piece of music that says that the world didn't give it to you, therefore the world can't take it away. So once you get it inside, things can happen in the world, but it can't steal your joy because the world didn't give you the joy in the first place.
Yeah.
We are joy babies. Joy is the evidence of God. And so, so it's you change hustle to spiritual hustle, and hustle are two different things. Spiritual hustling is having an awareness that you already have it, and then that moves you into action to do what is necessary to bring it into manifestation, but you're moving with the feeling that it's already happening. This is who I am, rather than this is who I'm going to be when I get the car.
Yeah. Yes. How do you find that balance? That's been a kind of a shift for me because, like I said, I've always been hustle my whole entire life.
Well, you had to because of your not you had to, but when we've talked before and I saw your presentation, you had a deep, you had some scar tissue. From your upbringing.
Yes.
And so that scar tissue, your hustle was your protection. I gotta get right. I gotta get my stuff.
Yeah.
Because inside you didn't feel you had it.
Right.
So that's the ego's way of protecting you. But now you're evolving to a much higher space.
Yeah. So I'm having trouble with finding the balance of wait, do I? Because to be honest, Rev, I'm like exhausted from my life of hustling.
Right.
And so, it's like perfectionism is the thing that, I grew up with. So it's hard for me to even sit to watch a TV show and feel like I'm being like a bum, like I'm being like a waste of time. I should be. So that balance for me is really difficult to find. How do you suggest people find that balance?
I say don't move until you're moved. by the Spirit. So when you begin to articulate your vision, whether it's a business, whether it's health of the body temple, whatever it is, you have to build in to your awareness the feeling. This imagine you're trying to build a 7-figure business or something. You get a feeling of what would you feel like if you had that. What would you feel like? I'm not going to try, not hustling to get it. What is it that you think that's going to give you? And then you learn to work backwards. You feel it now. You sit and you feel it. You meditate upon it. You contemplate it. You breathe it. You walk around as if it's already happening. And then what happens? That feeling then dictates your speech and your actions. So it's called right action, divine right action. So you're not running around hustling to get something. You're actually guided. And sometimes what happens is, in that feeling, you meet people that you weren't planning on meeting. They come into the orbit of your vibration. It's like, you can have your plans. I need to go meet this person. That may be strategic alliance. But on the way to meeting that person, you bump into somebody you didn't even know existed, because your vibratory field is intersecting with that orbit of that person who's vibing that way, and you end up, oh, wow, I needed to meet you. You're the person who has the answer to X, Y, and Z. So it's not, I'm chasing. It's actually a state of being that we're seeking to get. And it's not, you have better days than others. Some days you have really good days. Some days the fear comes in, and you have to maneuver around that or transmute that. But it's really being and sustaining the being. And by law, it has to outpick. By law, it has to manifest. This is it's not magic. It's not wishful thinking. This is law. If you vibrate at a certain level long enough, the manifestation of that will show up.
Yes. Amazing. Well, speaking of fear, when fear creeps in, which it does often for so many people, me included, what is the best way to kind of move through that?
Let's understand what fear is, where it comes from, because there's different kinds of fears. When you're about to you're in meditation, you're about to go to another level, or you're about to do something you've never done before, the ego will try to protect you, because the ego can protect you in the field of the known. The ego is afraid of the unknown. So when you're about to take on something new, you have fear.
Yes.
It just means you're going into unknown territory. So what happens is, everything's energy. Fear is energy, excitement energy, enthusiasm is energy. So what you do is you start to walk in the direction of your dream. Take the fear with you. Don't try to get rid of it. Never try to get rid of it. You take the fear with you. And as you're walking in the direction of your dream, then that energy changes to excitement. It just shifts. You still can't control it. Oh, what's going on? But you feel excited. I'm doing something new. And then as you keep walking in the direction of your dream, then excitement in turn turns into enthusiasm. So it's just energy. You don't try to. Some people waste time trying to get rid of their fear, and then what happens is they can become addicted to all kinds of things that keep them from feeling their fear. It's called a fear phobia. I'm afraid of fear. Don't be afraid of it. It's just energy. It's giving you a signal. So you walk with it. It changes into excitement, changes into enthusiasm, and then you're an enthusiastic being. People may be thinking you're excited, but you're actually enthused. Because the word enthused comes from the word entheos, which means in God. So you start to just be in God. And people think you're all excited, but you're not. You're just happy. You're in joy. You're in God. Does that make sense?
Yes. No, it does. It does. Well, because the body's response is the same. Fear, anxiety, it kind of behaves the same way. So I tell people to jump over the fear fence, because on the other side of the fear fence is like the beauty and the enthusiasm. Yes,
enthusiasm. Like when you have anxiousness and then the body produces toxic chemicals. But when you're enthused, you produce tonic chemicals. So by being enthusiastic, you're actually slowing down your aging process. By being in fear all the time and worry all the time, you're actually hindering your longevity.
Yes. So when people fall out of alignment, what is the best action in the moment for them to kind of jump back into alignment?
I invite people to become aware of their breathing. Mm-hmm. When they're out of alignment, the breath is generally pretty shallow, mm-hmm. or speeded up but very shallow. Take a nice inhalation. Remember someone that you love or someone that really loves you. And this is not like infatuation. That somebody really loves and supports you. It could be your mother, it could be an ancestor, whatever. Mm-hmm. And you breathe, you feel loved, you breathe out, and then you're coming back into an alignment with the universe is friendly. Mm-hmm. The presence of God's on my side. Mm-hmm. And then you move back into action. Mm-hmm. But you're moving back into action with the feeling tone that you're living in a friendly universe. Mm-hmm. That's what Einstein asked. The most important question you could ask is the universe friendly? Mm-hmm. Most people live in an unfriendly world. They watch the news.
Perception, yeah.
Their mind is conditioned by the momentary politics that's going on, mm-hmm. and that's confusing them. What you do is you come back. Is the universe friendly? I like to say it's the universe progressive, but Einstein said it's the universe friendly. Breathe. Feel a deep sense of love, even if you have to focus on somebody that loves you, even if it's your dog. Let that breath go. And then now you're in alignment with the real nature of reality, because the real nature of reality is life is for you. Mm-hmm. Nothing is against you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. It's all perspective. I really think, the reason why we come to the current moment with perspective is because of the stuff, our lens,
right,
and the stuff that we've been through. So what's your thought on this? I hear different opinions about it. Some people say that you can literally jump into the present perfectly as you, right? Mm-hmm. I personally feel like you have to kind of dive into shadow work and the healing stuff to be able to do that, to break the chains from the past. Mm-hmm. What's your thought about that?
It is possible to jump. You can jump. But if the unconscious or subconscious thoughts are still operating, mm-hmm. they become like an anchor.
Yeah.
But you can jump. What I like to tell people is that, under the old Newtonian physical model, it's called cause and effect. Mm-hmm. The past causes your present.
Yes.
But in the quantum reality,
mm-hmm.
the future and the past exist simultaneously. Mm-hmm. So you could actually choose your destiny and be hyper-focused on your destiny rather than hyper-focused on your past. And what's going to happen, your destiny becomes what is called a strange attractor field, and it pulls you into your destiny. And then what happens? Your past starts to become requalified, mm-hmm. because most people don't know their past. Mm. They only know the perception of the past.
Yeah, right.
And their story about it.
Yes.
And then that story creates experience.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of tests, research has shown that many people misremember their past.
Yeah.
Something happens, and then they create a story around it, and that becomes a story. But if they really go into it, some of it never really happened,
mm-hmm.
That's one level. The other level is, on a spiritual level, you have never been hurt, harmed, or endangered. It's only happened on the emotional or experiential level.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this may be a lot, but when you're pulled by a future or pulled by a destiny, mm-hmm. and your vibration starts to be lifted, then this comes into your consciousness. Mm-hmm. You start having memories of the past,
mm-hmm.
but they're coming into a field of coherence, so it starts to become transmuted.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, you don't remember to heal,
uh-huh.
but while you're healing, you remember.
Mm.
So, I remember when I was a kid that happened. But you're a bigger field and you can handle it.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, you can handle it now, and it starts to dissolve, and you say, oh, that really happened that way. Or maybe it did.
Yeah.
But it's energy, but it's not touching you.
Yeah.
You can't be touched.
Yeah.
Your body can be touched.
Mm-hmm.
Your emotional body can be touched. But who you are cannot be touched.
Mm-hmm.
And so as you're coming into your destiny, going back to your first question, you're coming more and more in alignment with your super soul self.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I was actually speaking to Gary from the Human Garage, and
yes.
he was telling me that he started having these memories when he was in his 50s. And he, realized that he couldn't have really handled those memories if he would have gotten them sooner. So that's kind of what you're speaking about, right? Yes.
So, so that's why the ego and a part of you protects yourself from that, because you can't handle it. It's too big, for too much of an emotional charge. But as you expand, now it comes up, and you realize you can handle it, and requalify the energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing. Our bodies are amazing. I feel like amazing entities. I mean, we save ourselves as young children sometimes by repressing some of the stuff that happens, because it would be overload, and then we would probably just break. So it's amazing what our bodies do. Right.
It's suppression and repression. Suppression is what we do consciously. Repression is what we do unconsciously. Yeah. But it's still stuck in there.
Exactly. That's why I feel like working on the body is so important. I got worked on by Gary, and oh my goodness.
He's good.
Listen.
He's coming to Agape.
Oh, is he? That's amazing. Yeah. That was life-changing for me. It was life-changing. I mean, it was 30 minutes of straight pain, but I mean, I
that was a big reset for you, because he does really good work.
Listen. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Let me tell you a quick story. So my spiritual advisor that I meet with weekly, she told me what happened energetically within my body, but I didn't tell her about it at all. Right. And I watched my video again, and I'm like, there's this energy from my root, and it's just going like this, and I was walking around dizzy, and it was just like a whoo of energy, and it burst open my heart and came through my crown. And it was like I could see like crystal freaking clear. I mean, super HD.
Absolutely.
I was like, yo, but she was explaining. She was like, that was a Kundalini thing for you, because she was like, the energy started at your root and just kind of tornadoed up. Yeah. I was like, how do you know this? And that's exactly what I was doing with my hand when I came out of it. So that was incredible.
There's an old statement that the issues are in the tissues.
Yes.
That's been used for many years. Yes. So it kind of unraveled.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he pulled my tongue. So it was so crazy, because my subconscious was like, I'm going to get my tongue pulled. But I didn't actually want to get my tongue pulled. I just saw a video on his page. I was like, oh, that looks cool. And my girlfriend is a lymphatic therapist. And so she was trying to talk to him the whole time, because she's interested in the body work. And so he was walking by, and I was like, hey, I want my tongue pulled. And it was only because of my birthday. He got married on my birthday. So
what's your birthday?
Valentine's Day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that, and then the date that I asked and the time that I asked him that he agreed to do this work on me. And so it was all divine, and it just happened. And I was like not even prepared. My conscious mind was like, it looks like it hurt so bad, and it did. Okay. It hurt really bad. But I really feel like that really opened up a lot. Like, more people should look into the work on the body, because like myofascial stuff is
Yeah, I have some good people that work on me for years. I mean, years ago, when I first woke up, I had tremendous. When I got stabbed in the heart in a lucid dream, and I died. But the pain was real. Yeah. And the pain was there for a couple of years.
Really?
Oh yeah, I couldn't. Sometimes I would wake up in the middle of the night. I couldn't breathe.
Seriously?
If I tried to breathe in, there would be sharp stabbing pain, and so I would like that. And a few times, they my family would call the ambulance to come see me, but they could never find anything wrong. Yeah. So I went to an energetic balancer, and he did something to the base of my spine and freed up the energy. And the energy shot through my body, and it was cleared my heart chakra. Wow. So I could finally take a deep breath like that. Yeah. And then he gave me some exercises too, but it was all in the body. So when all this energy was trying to move through me, I was inhibiting it unconsciously. And so so then after that I had to get, different kind of Rolfing and different kind of body work in order to move the energy. So absolutely, the issues were in the tissues, and all that work is good. The body work, the garage, the human garage work. It's all good.
Man, it's so good, so painful. She was like, it doesn't hurt. Like, it does.
Yeah, that's resistance.
Yeah, it is.
Resistance.
It is.
It's the effort that it takes to block something new from flowing. And so it's a combination, because if you're doing your spiritual work, it's going to come up. If you're doing body work, it's going to come up. Yeah. But you have to, I believe, you have to have a level of consistent spiritual work to maintain that state.
Yes.
Because the world is going to keep
coming at you,
pulling stuff. The media is going to be the media.
Yeah.
And people are going to actually believe the nonsense they see on television.
Yes. I really tell people, focus on what you can control. And
Right.
it's not in another country right now. It's
Right.
like, what is right in front of you right now? Because no matter, you can't be stressed and then think that it's good for the collective consciousness.
No, it's not.
No.
No.
Yeah.
We're all one. So as you're lifted up at a higher frequency, you help the whole world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I love that. I tell people that all the time. Yes. Speaking of that moment when you got stabbed, so what do you think that was about? Do you think that that was like an alternate dimension? Do you think it was a previous life? What do you think that was?
You know, it was for a number of months before that, I was having a series of inner experiences that I thought was pathological. I thought I was losing my mind. And so I was in the middle of an opening that I consciously didn't know I was in the middle of an opening. My old life was dying because I was a part of a revolutionary organization, and a voice said to me when I was at one of these meetings, somebody behind me said, if you were to take over the world tomorrow, would the world be any different? So I looked around the room and I could see the pathology of the people in the room. This person was territorial. This person always had to be right. This person was greedy. I could just see all the things. And I said, wow, the world wouldn't be any different. Regardless of our ideology, these human beings wouldn't know how to run a world.
Yeah.
So I left that meeting. Had moved back to Los Angeles from Atlanta. I enrolled at USC as a psychobiology major. And the experiences kept happening. So I stopped smoking weed. I said, this has got to be the cannabis sativas. But it increased. And then, I was leaving my body. I was astral traveling. I was doing all manner of things. So then, this dream, when the dream happened, I was awake in the dream, and I could see these guys wanting to get to me. I know, I'm not forgetting your question. And I looked to my right, and there was a small tent, all these people trying to get into the small tent, and I knew every single person. They were getting closer and closer every night, and I said to myself, I have all of my friends with me. They can't do anything to me. And all of my friends turned their back on me. Two of them held me down, and one stabbed me in the heart. And I died. When I woke up, I could see the divine energy and lint. Beauty's everywhere. The love penetrated my being, and I couldn't get back into that paradigm. Now, when I was a kid, I had a lot of mystical experiences, but I would always force myself to be normal.
Yeah.
After that, I couldn't. It was just, oh my God, God is everywhere.
Yeah.
Like that. Now, I think it was a psychic death of my old self. I think I had been trying to break through all my life.
Yeah.
But I kept normalizing myself.
Right.
I mean, even as far back as elementary school and things like, I kept normalizing myself to fit in. And when that happened, I couldn't anymore. I lost all my friends.
Yeah.
They all thought I freaked out on Jesus or something. Because it was just like, why is everybody chasing money? Why is going on? It's like, and so I don't know if it was a combination of past life work that I had done, a combination of my future self just really taking over. I just know I changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after that, would you say, what really changed? Like
my priorities.
Yeah.
I was wondering why people were chasing money.
Yeah.
It's like you can't take any of that with you.
Right.
Be prosperous. Be prosperous. But you getting a whole lot of money is not going to make you happy.
Yeah, I know.
You can't take that with you.
Yeah.
What's that old phrase? You never seen a hearse follow. You never seen a Brinks truck follow a hearse.
Yeah.
Anyway, all these things were coming to me. What was the question?
Like what really changed in your life?
Oh, I think what changed was that I became myself.
Gotcha.
It's like I didn't try to fit in.
Yeah.
To what was cool.
Right.
And according to my particular friends and compadres, I didn't care. It was like, man, God is everywhere. All there is God. This is real. The angelic realm is real. God is real. The religions don't have it right necessarily.
Yeah.
But they're pointing in the right direction.
Yeah.
And people just thought I freaked out.
Mm.
You know, just Michael's freaked out on Jesus. And
Wow.
I was even using the word Jesus.
Wow.
That came later.
Damn. So you say that this has always been happening to you. Things have always been happening to you. So when you were a child, what kind of experiences would you have?
Okay, a major experience was when I was 11. My family's from Washington, D.C. And so my father moved us out here when I was a little boy. But we would go back during the summers to be with the grandparents and the aunts, uncles, cousins.
Yeah.
So I was back in D.C. at my grandmother's house, and she sent me to the grocery store. And so I'm in the grocery store. I'm in one aisle. I see in my mind that the stock boy in the next aisle is about to drop some baby food. I could see it before it happened. So I ran around and I caught it.
Oh.
And he looks at me and he says, "How did you know it's going to fall?" I couldn't explain it. I
Yeah.
just knew it.
Yeah.
So I caught it, gave it to him. Now I have my groceries and I'm on my way home. My mother, my grandmother, and my uncle are sitting on the stoop. It's my birthday week, you know. It's in July. It's my birthday week. And they're looking at me, and my mind, I was really expanded. And my mind is saying, wow, my mother's looking at a son. My grandmother's looking at a grandson. My uncle's looking at a nephew. But I'm none of those things. I'm Michael. I'm me. I'm this. I didn't have the words I have now. But I was really awake.
Yeah.
And I said, what am I going to do when they discover I'm not just their nephew? I am me. I'm connected to everything like that. So I got closer and closer and closer, and I had to make a choice. Am I going to jump back in and be little Michael, or am I going to be this expanded being? And I jumped back into little Michael. I said, I'll make everybody comfortable. Okay? So now I'm going into the 6th grade, back in L.A. I'm nominated to be the treasurer of the school. You know, what are you really going to do at 6th grade? But anyway, they had and I didn't want to do it. I was very shy. The teacher made me do it. We had to go to the different classrooms and give little speeches. And then at the end of the week, we had to go to an assembly and do a major speech in front of the whole assembly, of the whole student body. Man, I was scared. I didn't want to do it. You look back at it now, it's just a little small little gathering, but you know, when you're a little kid, it's like 100 people. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there, and I remember this other guy named Mark. He had been nominated for treasurer as well from another class, and I didn't want to do this. So I'm sitting there, and it was my turn to get up and speak, and I got up, and something took over. And I started speaking about what it meant to be an excellent student, to rise up and be of service. All this stuff was coming out of me. It was just coming. And I sat down, and the whole audience was just quiet. They just stared at me like, what the hell just happened? And then they burst into applause.
Yeah.
And I sat down, and I was embarrassed by it. And so all during that week, I did little things to make people know I was just little Michael. You know, I was doing all kinds of stuff to get in trouble and things like that. But those two experiences, something was trying to break through.
Yeah.
As a teenager, I was in something called Teens Stay in School. We'd go to the radio program and we would talk.
Yeah.
And I'd be so nervous. How did I get into this? Why'd they pick me? And as soon as that real red light went on, that you're live, whoop, and I started articulating. So anyway, so I'm saying, so when I was at USC and I died, all that disappeared. The part of me that was trying to block that.
Yes.
That energy.
No more filters.
No, it's just like, God is everywhere. I know it. I don't have to read any books about it. I can read the books and tell you if they're true or not, but I know this. And then little by little, I didn't immediately become a public person. It took a number of years of integration, you know, doing the work I was talking about in the garage, doing work. And then little by little, people wanted to hang around me. Healings would happen, things of that particular nature. And then I found out about being a spiritual therapist. You know, my life unfolded after that, but it took years of integration You know, you have to of integrating these higher frequencies until they were normal to me.
Yes.
So I wasn't walking around looking weird. I did change my name when I was younger, though.
Really?
Yeah, my name was Paramatman.
Ah,
Mhm.
nice.
Yeah, I got it from the Upanishads, I think. It lit up, and I took that as a name. I produced a little magazine.
Really?
From my higher self.
That's dope. That's dope. Why did you change it back?
Well, what happened was I wanted Michael to evolve. So instead of just hanging in these very high frequencies and channeling this energy,
Yeah.
I wanted Michael to evolve. So I went back to Michael so that I would integrate the energies into Michael.
That's beautiful.
You know,
That's dope,
so that this incarnation of me would be able to hold the frequency rather than close my eyes and channeling my higher self, which is sweet. People can do that. It's sweet, you know. But I got more into, I wanted to integrate it so that I'm not channeling. It's actually me. So I changed my name back to Michael. That's the short story.
I see.
Yeah.
So now, with the state of the world the way it is, what do you feel about the consciousness of people?
People, the average person is sleepwalking, dreaming they're awake.
Yeah.
And so they're conditioned by the external world. And the external world and the popular way that people think, depending on what clique they're in, influences their awareness.
Yeah.
So they're basically they're puppets dangling on the strings of a mass consciousness. They're totally unawake.
Yeah.
They're opinionated. They have their opinion about stuff, but they're not free.
Yeah.
Good people. You know, but the Bible says God is no respecter of persons. The person doesn't care whether you're a good person. It only cares if you have consciousness of the upper levels of awareness. And so they create a world of experience. It's not real. It's just an experiential world. The world is a condensation of thoughts and opinions. But there is reality. There's a world that's untouched by that. So when you begin to wake up, you become a way shower. You become a safeguard in a place that the real world gets to emerge through. You see? Now, scientists tell us that we're the only species that can actually cause our own extinction. Disregarding Mother Earth, polluting the environment, climate change, nuclear proliferation, wars, aggression. A bear is not going to cause bear's extinction.
Yeah.
You know, okay? An antelope is not going to cause an extinction of the entire, but we can cause a whole extinction of all of humanity. But there's always a safeguard in nature. The safeguard is people who are waking up. So as we become awake and we operate from love, compassion, forgiveness, generosity, creativity, we become a place where the real world gets to emerge, and that safeguards the unconscious brothers and sisters from destroying everything because our vibration is higher.
Oh.
Because now we have science to say what mystics have said. Science shows us that a thought that emerges from a field of alignment is way more powerful than a thought form that emerges from a field of separation. That means a small group of people in alignment is way more powerful than millions of people out of alignment. So one person just sitting in their neighborhood praying is way more powerful than the entire neighborhood being negative. People need to understand how much power they have.
Yeah.
So when they come together in spiritual community, like Agape as an example, people have no idea that field, what it's creating in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
They may read something in the newspaper and say, oh, this person was robbed or whatever, but just think of what would have happened if these people were not holding the space.
Wow. I never thought about it like that. But that reminds me of that experiment they did with the 100 meditators that meditated for peace, and then it was New York City. Yeah. You heard about that? Yeah. And then as soon as they stopped meditating, crime went back up.
Yeah. You can affect it.
Yeah.
So that's why I have a tremendous faith, because now we are. You go back 40 years ago. I don't know. Are you even that old? I don't think so. Anyway, if you are, don't ever admit to it. You go back 40, 50 years ago, the things that I was teaching then was woo-woo. Now it's science.
Yeah, yeah.
So a lot of this stuff is a part of our language now. So that means that there's an evolution happening in consciousness.
Yes.
That's the safeguard to the warmongers destroying us. You know, all these governmental heads, presidents and potentates and prime ministers that are killing and oh, they hit us first. We got to get them because they did this. That's the most juvenile, immature men on the planet. And their bravado, they think they're all that, and they're nothing. When you see them on a spiritual level, their soul is so atrophied, you know. In this dimension, it looks like they're brave and bad, and they got armies and all of that. But when you see it on the spiritual level, they're just little kids. Now, the point being, those who are evolving are way more powerful, and they're the safeguard from the destruction of the earth.
So let's talk about that, because that is something that confuses me. So how do these men, right, these people,
you can say men because most of them are men, even though there's some women wearing men's clothing, but most of the time it's masculine energy.
So why are they the ones in power if...
Because a person that's growing spiritually is not trying to be in power like that. They're in service.
Right.
Their creativity, they're building things. They probably should be, and there are good people and conscious people. There was some in Congress, I can't remember, that was trying to teach Congress how to meditate. And there are good people, but a lot of those people, their egos are so strong, they actually go for pseudo power.
It's the ego.
They want pseudo power. I call it pseudo power because it's not real power. However, when you have a pseudo power dictator type of people in the world, then the people that are unconscious kind of look up to that energy. Oh God, he has $1 billion. Oh God, they have this. And then when they get it themselves, they realize it was nothing.
So, what do you believe about? Do you think that there's spiritual warfare on this planet, like light, dark? Do you think that there's energies that are kind of clashing right now, like?
Well, you have to. We have to understand what light and darkness is. Okay, so everyone is a luminous being. We're all luminous. We're made from light, and so even the most negative person is a light being. The difference is it's inhibited. So darkness isn't a power; it's an absence. You know, just like if you turn on all the lights in this room, and it's dark. You can't take that dark and do something with it. It doesn't exist. It's just the absence of light. So the warfare is, if you want to use that, is between people who are awake and people who are asleep. People who are asleep want to control, manipulate, seduce, provoke, intimidate. That's how they live life because they're cut off from the source. People that are the source of light are inspiring, they're creative, they're generous, they're loving, they're peaceful, they're peacemaking, they're peace-giving, because that's light. So what happens is, in reality, seeming darkness is a negative, meaning there's something that's not there. In the polarity of light, there's something that is there. Now this may be taken. I'm getting scientific here, but in the world of polarity, in the world of what we can see, like if you have a magnet, you have a positive, you have a negative. Now, it's not really a negative; it's an absence. That's why it attracts like that because it wants to fill a void. That creates motion. So that means that what you see in the world, the motion is created by light and darkness. Moving, creates movement. So it simulates an invisible idea. I'm probably taking this way too far.
No, keep going. I'm with it. I'm with it.
So what we see is a simulation that creates motion, so it allows for the invisible to become visible. Okay. And so I don't like to get into the conversation of spiritual warfare. But on another level, that is what's happening. It's people that are unconscious and people that are conscious. And the people that are conscious appear to be weak because they're about love. And the people that are into revenge, seem to be strong because they'll shoot and kill you. But they're actually the weakest. In terms of muscle testing, people that are operating from revenge and pseudo power, they're way weaker than someone that's operating from love and forgiveness. Vibrationally.
Right.
So the answer is yes and no. There's warfare happening, but it's not like this big mythic war thing that's going on.
Right.
It's just unconscious against unconscious standing next to conscious.
Gotcha. So I just wonder sometimes the people, right, that are, I guess, absent of light.
Yeah.
Those people, they seem to be, from the outside looking in, like I would say winning or something like that. Like they're just, they're growing in life. I mean, they're
Well, they're attaining. They're getting things. That's what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
They're not happy.
Yeah.
I mean, if they were happy, why would they be doing freak-offs and doing drugs?
Right. That's very true. That's true.
They're not enjoy.
Freak-offs, I know, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like you can never get enough of that which doesn't satisfy.
Yeah.
So what happens, we have these big examples in the world now of people who have everything and don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, right.
They could actually literally help change the world, and they do stupid stuff. Let's go out and buy a yacht that's so big just to say my yacht's bigger than yours.
Yeah.
It's just stupid.
Yes. Yeah.
And because they had $20 billion. And they're going to go, they could feed, they could build schools, they can build hospitals.
Yeah.
And they buy a yacht that no one can even fit in.
I know.
What they're saying is, let me show you how stupid I really am.
Boom, mic drop. Yes.
Or let me show you how unconscious I am.
Yeah.
It appears as that they're winning, but, oftentimes a billionaire would give you all of her or his money just to be healthy. Because when they get stricken with something, they realize that $1 billion is not going to get rid of that cancer. What's going to get rid of that cancer is their cancerous thoughts. When they grow out of it, it's only an appearance. You have to understand that this life that we're living is so short.
Yes.
80, 90, 100 years.
Yeah. Yeah, quick.
You're out of here.
Just a little blip.
So you're gonna gain all this. You're gonna get all this stuff.
Yeah.
You're not taking any of it with you. The only thing you take with you is you.
Yeah.
Now imagine for a moment that you had to be exactly who you are throughout eternity. It's called hell.
Please, no.
So if you're not growing, you're in hell.
Yeah.
So when you see these people that spontaneously or suddenly or through crisis or whatever wake up and they realize, oh my God, I wasted my time, and they become very generous, become very giving, very creative. They woke up. Because pretty much every person that's had a near-death experience, I call them near-life experience, they've all come back with the same testimony.
Yeah.
It's all about love.
Yeah. Right.
It's all about love. Everything else is, we're here on the planet to perfect our loving. Every relationship, every friendship, how is this perfecting my loving? And there are different aspects of love. There's forgiveness. There's deep intimacy. There's patience, there's kindness, there's compassion. It's all these aspects of love. We're here to perfect that. If a person is not on that path, then they're just sleeping.
Right. So what do you believe about reincarnation? Do you believe those people that are not awake are going to just repeat themselves? Reincarnation
is one of infinite ways that we grow, because the universe cosmos is infinite.
Yes.
So reincarnation is one. So what happens is a person either come back to the earth or another planet like the earth under the same conditions to learn the lessons and to grow, to keep going through the same similar stuff until they grow. So I don't say reincarnation is the only way, but it's one way out of many. And it is true. It used to be in Christian mysticism until the ignorant took it out of the Bible and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, it used to be a part. It used to be a part of the whole deal.
Wow.
And it took a lot of things out that would empower people.
Yeah.
So when you really look at it from a much larger space, the world as it appears to be is a simulation of reality. It's not real.
Yeah.
It's just a simulation of it. You're actually out here.
Yeah.
And so your soul, who you are, is awake. And your spiritual practice is trying to align yourself with your soul faculty so you can actually be in the world but not of it. But it's a simulation of time and space.
Yes.
And reason why we can call it a simulation, because time and space don't exist. Time is a mental construct, and space is infinitely everywhere. There's no border to it, you know. So if you break everything down to a spiritual principle, then you can look through it. You can say, that's not real.
I love that.
Yeah.
So what do you think of deja vu and alignments and things that, you know, kind of...
But oftentimes, you know, people have gifts. They see things before they happen. And sometimes, you know, in this timeline, people jump. And they see it and oh, I did this already.
Yeah.
You know, so it's all real. Yeah. And then some people are very adept at it.
Yes.
And you know, we say that we call them oracles or psychics or things like that. And I think it's the eternal breaking into time when you have deja vu. It's like, oh, I've done this. I did that a lot.
Yeah.
I'll be sitting and I say, oh, I see, I've done this. I've seen it.
Yeah.
This is what's going to happen.
Yes. Yes.
It's fun.
It is fun.
Yeah.
It is fun. Let me tell you what the craziest thing that happened after the summit. So it's like a day before we're leaving. I think it was 2 nights after the summit. We were sick of eating the hotel food, so we walked. We walked and just went to a random restaurant. And we're sitting, we're eating, we're laughing. As we're paying the bill, The Man in the Mirror, Michael Jackson, comes on. That was my outro song. The Man in the Mirror. And then so it started playing as we're paying our bill. Random restaurant in Bali. And then all of a sudden, boom, fireworks go off. I was like, this is great. Like, this is awesome. What do you think that means when that just stuff like that happens?
It's probably some kind of sign for you, or like for you to pay attention to the miracles that are happening in your life.
Yes. It was so funny.
Because it may need you to pull out of a story. You know, and say, stop worrying.
Yes, here it is.
Here
right.
it is. It's good. It's going to be good.
Yes.
It is good.
It was so crazy. My assistant was sitting across from me, and he doesn't really believe. Like, he's just starting to wake up to all this stuff because I'm like, hey. And he was looking at me just like in the most shock. Just like the hugest smile on his face. He's like, okay, I'm starting to believe now.
Something's happening. This is not a coincidence.
Yes. Yeah. It's all divine, all perfect.
Yeah.
Man, we were all crying. It's a beautiful moment.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So when I'm doing certain manifestations and visualizations, sometimes the stuff that comes in is just so clear. I can feel it all the way through my body. Do you think that's just an alignment of what we already know sometimes when people get those?
Yeah, but no, definitely. It's in alignment with your real self. And you're remembering. You're not learning anything new, but you're remembering what you already know. Yeah. And so all that work you're doing is allowing you to remember and then hold the space so that it manifests in this dimension.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so incredible. This life, I love the magic of life. I mean, even I tell people all the time, if you want to see the symbols, if you want to see the magic, you have to believe and you have to look for it and celebrate it every single time that you see it. So yesterday, I was on beautiful Debbie Brown's podcast, and as I'm walking out, there's a praying mantis literally in the center of the sidewalk. I haven't seen one of those in years, but before the podcast, I was kind of in my freak out mode, you know, like, oh God, am I doing the right thing? Like, what am I doing here? And so seeing that was just the symbols that I needed from my spirit team, and I'm just, you know, it was really profound for me.
You got another sign.
Yeah. It's like, calm down. it's all good.
A praying mantis.
Yeah. Ooh, man. And I haven't seen one of those in years. I was like, oh my God, this is incredible.
Yeah, I haven't seen one. I think the last one I saw, maybe in Costa Rica. I'm not sure.
Really?
A long time ago.
Long time ago, though, right? I mean, they're not just they don't just pop up like ants, you know?
You should look it up.
Yeah, I did. It said pause. It said take a beat, that everything is in alignment. You're exactly where you need to be.
Okay. And that's where you need to be. That's exactly where you need to be, because you've gone through a great challenge in your life.
Yeah.
So you need to just pause. Everything is okay.
Yeah.
Let the good unfold.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly what that meant. I was like, this is profound. So I was, you know, I always make sure to celebrate those moments and to thank my spirit team. You know, my spiritual advisor is a seer, so she's able to see all your angels and go to the different realms. And she said I have a council of all these different beings. And it's like, you know, I thank them every day for these signs and symbols.
You put them to work?
Yeah, okay. I try to. I'm like, please show me the way. You know, this is because I really came into a different space going through what I just went through. I mean, before it was really just work, and then, you know, try to just work.
Hustle your way through.
Yeah. So this is really different for me. So I love the signs, you know. I love the signs.
Yeah, you're allowing the spiritual world to penetrate, to come into this world.
Yes.
Because that's the real world.
Mm-hmm.
That's the real world.
Mm-hmm.
This is the temporary world.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with it. It's beautiful, sweet, it's wonderful. I love it. I'd like to be here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be here for a long time, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But the spiritual world, you're supposed to bring that to this world.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what about you? Do you talk to your angels? Like, do you talk to your I call them my counsel.
I
Like,
do everything.
Yeah.
I primarily meditate.
Uh-huh.
I say, I give great thanks to my spiritual guides, aides, and helpers seen and unseen.
Mm-hmm.
I name some of them.
Mm-hmm.
And before I go into my day,
Yeah.
or I'm about to do something, I call on the angelic realm and ask for help because they can't intervene without you asking.
Mm-hmm.
I call on the ancestral realm
Mm-hmm.
as well. And spiritual guides, aides, and helpers, teachers. So when I first wake up, I was taught by teachers that had already died, but they were just as real to me.
Wow.
You know,
Mhm.
and then there are other beings. Like one morning, I woke up. This is many years ago, but it still affects me. And I was walking into my living room in a little spot where I meditate, and I said, "Thank you, spiritual guides, aides, and helpers, seen and unseen, for this most beautiful day and most beautiful unfolding of my soul."
Mhm.
And this big voice boomed out, "Thank you, Michael," like that, and kissed me on top of the head.
What?
And I was paralyzed for hours.
What?
And on the energy that went through my body, I couldn't move. It was like this on the ground.
Oh my gosh.
But I was in bliss. I wasn't in pain. It was
Yeah.
just, oh, this bliss. Oh, like that.
Wow.
So little by little, I was able to, come back.
Uh-huh.
And it just shifted my perspective again. It was like another awakening.
Mm-hmm.
And so that next week, I was due in Sedona to do a seminar with David Hawkins.
Mm-hmm.
There was a person who wrote Power versus Force.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I knew him, but so I see David and we're talking, and I tell him what happened,
Mm-hmm.
and he pulls out his little dowsing,
Mm-hmm.
and he measured my field, and then he measured. He says, "Oh, you were kissed by an archangel."
Oh my gosh.
The archangel vibrated at 7,000. The body can only hold 1,000, which is why you were paralyzed.
What?
Therefore, your trajectory of your life is changed again, like that.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's real stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So what people think is woo-woo,
Yeah.
to me is just,
This is so real.
it's very,
The
very
realest.
real.
It's more real than here.
Yeah, it's very real.
Yeah.
And so I'm very grateful. Oh, and then, I don't know how far you want me to go with this stuff, but I was doing...
Real far. Go all the way in.
I was doing a radio program.
Uh-huh.
I was in Denver, and I was going to speak somewhere, but they had me on the radio to talk about what I was going to talk about. And so the DJ, this is live,
Mm-hmm.
so the DJ is texting me while we're live,
Mhm.
because I'm in the hotel and he's in his studio. And he says, "There's a woman here, she says she's a medium, and she wants your phone number, she wants to tell you something." I said, "No,
Uh-huh.
don't give anybody my phone number, I don't know
Uh-huh.
this person, I have my own mediums."
Yeah.
Then he texts me back, and he says, "She's in tune." He says, "I don't know if this makes sense to you, Michael, but she's in tune with an angel that kissed you on top of the head
Oh my God.
and paralyzed you." Now, I hadn't told anybody about this.
Yeah.
This was not like a common,
Right.
the way I'm talking about it now. This
Yeah.
was just very private.
Uh-huh.
I said, "Really?" I said, "Yes." Give her my number.
Uh-huh.
So she calls, and she says that the angel wants you to know that there's going to be ups and downs
Mm.
in the economic system.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, all your needs will always be met for agape and for
Wow.
you. So this was like that event happened like in 2007.
Uh-huh.
2008 is when the
The crash.
crash happened.
Yeah.
And just like we're going through something now,
Mm-hmm.
and people couldn't donate, and so it was hard times, so to speak.
Yeah.
But they had told me, "Don't worry about it. It's going to be okay."
Yeah.
And it was,
Uh-huh.
And they said it's always going to be okay, regardless of what fluctuates in the world.
Mm-hmm.
You'll maneuver, you'll adapt, you'll be open, and things will be okay. So don't waste your time worrying.
Mm.
So, yeah.
For most people, I feel like a lot of people shouldn't waste their time worrying because everything is perfect. I feel like everything is meant.
Worry is it's a signal to the universe. When you're worrying, you are rehearsing what you don't want.
Mm.
Because you're having the same emotional energy.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever you're worrying about, you're actually telling the universe, "I want this.
Mm-hmm.
I want to experience
Yeah.
this."
Yeah.
And the universal law doesn't care what you want or doesn't want, only cares what you're interested in.
Yes.
So if you're worrying, you're interested in worst case scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to practice staying out of worry
Mm-hmm.
and staying into much more of a high vibration of faith.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So where are you at today? Where are you at today with your like seeing and experiences? You say you talk to your people all the time. I mean, what's the latest, most mystical experience that you've
The
had?
latest, oh wow, let me see. I don't know. Some of them are like normal. I think the latest kind of things that have been happening with me have been healings. Not my healing, but other people. You know, one of my ministers was about to have surgery on her knee, and I came out of the office. I was about to go speak, and I just reached over and just touched her knee and healed instantly.
Wow.
She didn't have to go to the doctor. There was a little girl that her father brought to see me. She had cancer all in her body, and he said the Lord told him to bring her to me. I said, okay. So I hugged her and I touched her, and she just got on the stage 2 weeks ago, and all her cancer's gone.
Oh my gosh.
Things like that have been happening.
Yeah.
And there was a psychic years ago that said that the work I'm doing now, later on in life, I'm going to be known more for hands-on healing. Now, my hands get hot when I pray and I can do some things.
Yeah.
But I didn't really want long lines around the block waiting for people to touch them.
Yeah.
So that's been happening lately.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I don't put a lot of attention on it. I don't talk about it that much. I just thank God that I'm being used.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, where can people find you?
Here at Agape, they can go to agapelive.com and tune in to one of the 3 services that I do every Sunday. They can go to michaelbeckwith.com as well and see where I'm going to speak, what I'm doing at Agape, things of that particular nature. Those are the places. Obviously, I have a pretty robust Instagram page.
Yes.
That something's on there. I put something on there every day for inspiration. And my Facebook page. And I think now things are being put on Threads.
Yep.
TikTok
all the places.
all the stuff that's happening.
X, yeah.
Yeah, but Instagram, they can watch the teachings on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. Yeah.
Amazing.
And if they're in the LA area, LA adjacent, come on up to Agape. I never say come down to Agape because you got to come up.
Yes.
You got to come up.
I love it. I love it. I'm attending one of your services one of these days soon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it a thing.
Okay, I'm not going to do any magic and make you miss your flight.
Okay.
She's stuck in LA for the next few days. She might as well come to Agape.
Well, Rev, thank you so much for being on my show again. It's been such an honor, and just for everything that you do in the world. I mean, geez, it's just, we need more people like you, and it's amazing to.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I'm watching you. I'm watching you take your steps into empowering other folks with your testimony. So
yes.
I can see it. You're gonna be you can touch a lot of people.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I hope to. I know that to be true, actually. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. It's been an honor. And that was another amazing episode of Unlimited. Wow. I mean, just always mind-blowing. Thank you so much.
My joy.
Is for informational and entertainment purposes only. The views expressed are those of the hosts and guests and don't necessarily reflect those of the producers or affiliates. We do not guarantee the accuracy of the content. Please verify information and seek professional advice when needed. By listening, you agree not to hold us liable for any actions taken based on this content. Thank you for joining us on this journey. We hope you enjoy the episodes ahead. Love unlimited, feel unlimited.
Thank you so much for being here with me today. If you enjoyed this episode, I invite you to stay on this journey with me. There is so much more ahead. Courses, mentoring, healing circles, retreats, safe spaces to heal and grow. Make sure you subscribe, follow, and stay connected. We are not alone. In this journey, we're on it together.